Those get torn up in a big way on that one, didn't they?
Absolutely. But, hey, it works.
Roethlisberger's throw here complete to Ward.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up second down. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 38. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
There, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run for it with Achane. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Connecting here with Chark on the out route. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
3rd and 2, now Roethlisberger.
Throw caught by Achane.
And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Devon Achane with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be two guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
They run on first down with Jackson. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
So this city and these fans, everybody knows the story. They've lost their football team not once but twice, most recently after the 2019 season. The baseball team, they may very well be leaving town. The basketball team is over in San Francisco now. But what a boost this is, though, to have an NFL team back here in Oakland. And these fans, they could not be more appreciative.
That is caught. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Toss play to Jackson.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Steelers will take over here just shy of the 30.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Up the middle, Achane.
Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the first down marker. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And down he goes. Brought down the Raiders sack. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for in May, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great play there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders are back within a score.
How about the vision on the run here? This one's intended to just be a straight dive up the middle. But once he gets through traffic, he sees that the open space is to the outside, so he's just going to angle himself out wide and win the race to the pylon.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that one makes it 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Hester to return from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. From this vantage point, that seemed like a pretty dangerous call, running a toss that close to your own goal line. I think what they were hoping is that they were going to get some pressure from the defensive front and maybe beat them to the corner and then turn upfield with a lot of yardage to run.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
The Steelers send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They run again with Jackson. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll set up a throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete here.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in the game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And his throw here is incomplete.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 45-yard line. To throw again is Roethlisberger. It's brought in by Harris. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now they'll shift things around.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And he's got his target, Harris. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's the fullback. 39 yards.
And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll work down inside the 45. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
T.J. Watt, the all-pro, in there to take him down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
A 62-yard attempt.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. They'll roll him out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the Raiders have got him. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Las Vegas' pass rush was one of the weakest in the league last season, but don't tell that to Crosby. He earned Defensive Player of the Year votes with 12.5 sacks, nearly half of his team's total.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going deep for Brown. And this one is incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter.
Hester to return from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
And they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger sliding out of the pocket. Here's Hester open right side. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. And they're going to speed things up here.
Now they'll change things up.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger.
They set up the screen. Achane has it.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Now a toss right side. Achane with it.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. On second down, Roethlisberger.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They go play action with Roethlisberger. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And quickly they get to the line. Roethlisberger will throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
2nd and 10.
They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. And now they're in the hurry-up.
No gain on the play. Leads to third.
Out of the gun now on third down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the Steelers' 28-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Back to throw here. That's to his running back, complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. He's got the lane, and there he goes.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for 2, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it.
Recovered by the Steelers.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it complete to Harris. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
On 2nd down, a run by Achane.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
8-yard pickup. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll run it here. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. It's brought in by Harris.
And Najee going to have a Steelers 1st down as he's down inside the 15.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger.
finding Harris on back-to-back plays.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Fourth down. Here's Roethlisberger. Touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, and this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they
taking it right down Broadway. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Right back to him on 1st down. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's 2nd and 8. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 17 yards out.
And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
They'll try and throw for it. That's caught. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it.
They'll give this to Achane.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
That is caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Now it's Roethlisberger. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
It's now second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. In motion left comes Brown.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Down inside the 10.
And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Steelers have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18, 19.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this is caught. It's Brown. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
2nd down and 3. Ball on the 7.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll set up to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Raiders get a bit closer.
When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
They'll look to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. That'll be caught by Hester. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Rolling to his right. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. He'll buy some time right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Raiders force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Here's 1st down.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his man on the crossing route.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And they're going to speed things up here. Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I want to play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Throwing now is Roethlisberger.
That is intercepted.
So, my goodness, I would have thought this personal not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch?
And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now two-point conversion, and we'll be tied here in the final minute.
They have one big call left. Here we go.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the two-point conversion to tie the ball game. And he will get in. The two-point conversion is good, and we may be on our way to overtime. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as it kicks away here. Hester to return from his end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get in the field.
Man, you lucky my stick fucked up, man.
You and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Pass complete to Harris, and he'll be brought down after a nice gain, a pickup of 20.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10.
Here's Roethlisberger.
That is incomplete.
A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Roethlisberger to throw. And he's got his target, Harris. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Now it's Roethlisberger.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't,
So it's the Steelers who will have the first chance to go down and score here in overtime as we are back underway. Hester to return from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
the Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
And quickly, they get to the line. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. A run straight ahead with Achane.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
47 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped, and I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body, because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? You're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time, and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the effects of moving to the West.
On the handoff, it's Achane. Yeah, he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Now they'll audible to something else.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we've got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game, and boy, they did it well.
Man, you can go for it, X-Ray.
Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step.
You said what? You said what?
The Steelers send out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over first and 10.